Hey guys, this is Shannon with Nearly Organic Noshing, and it is technically day 2 for me, day 3 for most of you guys of the Pantry Challenge, and it is a little after 7. Excuse my hat. I'm in Florida and it's a little bit nippy, and I've been wearing a hat all day, and the hat hair is bad, so it's just gonna stay on for now. But it's a little after 7 and I am starting on dinner. Tonight I am using leftover turkey to make turkey and dumplings, and I already have my stock boiling on the stove, and I will flip the camera around and show you what else I have. Okay, this is leftover turkey from Christmas, and I'm going to try and go ahead and use up probably almost all of this. So I want to go ahead and get this chopped up and add it into the stock. I put vegetables in my chicken and dumplings or turkey and dumplings. So this is a whole bag of classic mixed vegetables, and I went ahead and made up some biscuit. I did this just a little bit thinner than what you would for regular biscuits, because I'm just going to drop this into the batter once I have the chicken chopped up in there. And then I will just drop it by the spoonfuls in, and that's going to make my dumplings. I also have a little bit of this left over. I know it probably does not look super appealing, but I'm going to thicken this up, make some more biscuits with whatever I have left. And I had made this, oh gosh, New Year's? I can't remember. It's a cheddar bacon bomb mix, and it's like cream cheese and bacon and cheese and green onions and garlic all mixed up, and then I will take some leftover biscuits and stuff that inside that and make some cheddar bacon bombs just to go ahead and finish using this up. And then I went ahead and pulled out some veggies, and I'm going to make a side salad because, you know, this is a lot of carbiness right here. Even if this is not our healthy week, it's still a lot of carbs. So we need to balance it out with some more vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and get this going, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have the broth going at a rolling boil with all of the turkey chopped up in it, and here I just have my biscuit dough. You can really use anything to thicken or make dumplings out of. Some people actually buy like the dumplings from the grocery store that are frozen. Some people use canned biscuits. Some people just take flour with a little bit of salt and milk mixed together. This is just biscuits, and then I'm going to take and drop them by the little spoonfuls into here, because you don't want them to be all gummy. If they're too big, then they will form big lumps in there, and they will not cook all the way through, and it won't taste good. So I'm just taking little spoonfuls, dropping them in one at a time so that it'll go around and make like little dumplings and thicken it up. And then once this is done, then I will add the vegetables in. And then I'll taste it and see if it needs a little bit of seasoning. Probably is going to need some salt and pepper. I might put a little bit of like poultry seasoning or something like that in there just to give it a little bit extra flavor. But I'm going to finish doing the biscuits first and go from there. Okay guys, so this is dinner tonight. I used up the last of that turkey to go ahead and make a whole pot of turkey and dumplings, which I will take some of this over to my parents. It's going to be in the 20s for the next couple of days, and I know for you northerners that is downright balmy, but for us Floridians that is pretty darn frigid. So something hot and warm like this would be really good for them. So that is the turkey and dumplings. These are the cheddar bacon bombs, and then here is a salad, and I put this Vidalia onion dressing on it, which is really, really good. So I am going to go join the guys and have some dinner. All right, hope you guys are having a great evening. Okay guys, it is Thursday, and this is our super busy day. Thursdays are always usually pretty busy at work, trying to get everything set up for Friday. And then we also bowl as a family on Thursday nights. We're all part of a bowling league, so we need to be out the door by like 6:30 on Thursday nights. And it's also the night before trash pickup. So Thursday nights are usually our clean out the fridge night, leftovers. Every now and then I'll do a crock pot meal if we just really don't have much in the ways of leftovers. So this is from camp. This is Scallop Alfredo. We go scalloping each year as a family, and so I had pulled these scallops out of the freezer, and I had made this at camp, which this needs to get used up, and I will probably take some over to my parents because my dad loves this. So my mom not so much, but my dad really likes this. So I will take him some of this, and I will take my mom some of this because this is turkey and dumplings. So we need to finish this up. It's been a week since Christmas, so the meat and stuff needs to go ahead and get used. There is a little bit of sausage gravy. I know that just does not look like the most appealing, but it's really good. There's some sausage gravy, and somebody can toast up some bread and put that over there. I'm not gonna make any more biscuits. So there is that. And then this is, you can eat it as a dip, or I have some phyllo dough or wrappers or something I can wrap this in. Normally I make this with chicken, but you can also make it with turkey. It is a buffalo dip, and it is turkey that's been chopped up fine, along with cream cheese, cheddar cheese, and Frank's hot sauce. Frank's is just the best. It has great hot sauce. And so that's what that is, and they can eat it with like celery, or, you know, scoop it up and I can put it in some phyllo dough wrappers and bake it, or they can eat it with some tortillas or something like that. So there's this, and then there's also ham, and I need to do something with this. I probably tomorrow will just go ahead and cut it up and throw it in a pot with some beans in the crock pot and go ahead and turn it into some beans and rice because it's getting to the end of its life. It's been a week, and I need to go ahead and do something with it to finish it up, or it's going to go bad. So we have enough here that honestly this could serve Thursday night and Friday night, which is what we might just do because I hate throwing food away, and I know I can feed a lot of it to the chickens, but there's enough here that Thursday night, Friday night, especially if somebody wants a salad or some fruit to go with it, to make 2 meals for everyone. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this out. People can scoop what they want and make their own plates, and then I'll evaluate what's left for Friday, and most likely, like I said, we'll just finish this up on Friday, knock it out, and if there's still anything left, it'll go to the chickens on Saturday. So I can get the fridge cleaned out 100% on Saturday. It needs a good wipe down where I empty everything, wipe everything down, and take an inventory of the fridge so that I can start fresh on my first grocery haul this weekend. Okay guys, I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday night. Hey guys, it is Friday evening, and what you see here is some leftover buffalo turkey dip. This is the shredded turkey with cream cheese, cheddar cheese, and Frank's hot sauce. There was quite a bit of this left over. And what I also had was some leftover phyllo dough from when I made baklava for Christmas. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take just a few layers of the phyllo dough, lay it out, and fill it with the buffalo dip, roll it up, and I'll butter it and fold the edges and put it in the oven for just a few minutes. I have already warmed some of the buffalo dip because if you don't have it warm, the mixture warm going in, by the time the phyllo dough starts getting brown, this will still be cold. So if you cook it long enough for this to get hot and bubbly, then you will have burned phyllo. So, and I only need just a little bit of butter to dampen the outside and tuck the edges. So I'll go ahead and lay this out and show you what it's going to look like. This is just another way to use up some leftovers. Okay guys, this is what they look like. This one looks a little bit thicker. I just used the last of the buffalo dip that was in the container, and I had an extra like 1.5 pieces of phyllo dough, so I just went ahead and wrapped all that up. A little bit might squeeze out, but this is what's going to be for dinner tonight. I might cut up a little bit of celery and some dressing to go with it, just so that there's some actual vegetables with tonight's dinner. Now, I know this week probably has seemed a little bit boring and very high carby, but next week will be the beginning of our very healthy eating. I'm going to get back to my organic cooking from scratch, and you guys will get to see some great meals starting next week. So I'm just trying to finish off the leftovers in the refrigerator. You know, waste not, want not. Let's just not be wasteful and just throw stuff away just for the sake of filming something. So this is real life. This is the way it is around here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these guys in the oven and cut up a couple veggies. Okay guys, this is one more of our leftovers that have been repurposed. They're all cooked up golden brown. Cut up some veggies to go with it and made some homemade ranch to dip it in. And I'm gonna run these out. Yes, it is after 9. It was a late night tonight, a late night at work. And ignore that sound in the background. That is the dogs trying to eat and pushing their dishes all over the place. So this is Friday night's dinner. All right, hope everyone else is having a great evening. Okay guys, it is Saturday night. Needless to say, Monday is the beginning of our low carb eating. So this is not low carb. I have homemade peach cider from North Carolina. This is homemade apple syrup from North Carolina apples also. This was some ham from Christmas. I just fried up homemade hash browns, eggs from the chickens, and this is the pancake recipe that Tangi over at Freedom Homestead has on her channel. So this is what we are having for dinner on Saturday night. All right guys, hope you're having a great evening. Okay guys, it is Sunday. Sorry about the dishwasher in the background. It's in the middle of its cycle. But what I am doing is using up the last of the Christmas ham. This has got to get used up. And I am going to make some split pea soup. I'm going to go visit some friends this afternoon, and they have some diet restrictions, so I'm pretty sure this is something they can have. So I'm going to go ahead and make this up and take them a quart of it and then have the rest for lunches this week. It's a bit carby because of the split peas, but everything else is low carb, and you need a little bit of carbs in your system even if you are trying to low carb down some, or at least I do. And then of course my mother loves this stuff. So I have my leftover ham here. I'm going to use vegetable broth, rosemary, I have bay leaves, salt and pepper, and then I have a mixture of carrots, onions, and celery already chopped up. I do add veggies into mine. I know some people don't. Ooh, the one thing I have not grabbed is my split peas. So let's see. Okay, I have my split peas here. I'm going to go ahead and chop this up, just rough cut chop it, and then get everything going in the crock pot. I'm actually using my Power Pressure Cooker XL that I have here, but I'm just going to set it on the crock pot setting, and then if it gets time to leave this afternoon and it's not done, I'll put it on pressure and I'll cook it for just a few minutes to finish it up on pressure if need be. But split peas cook pretty fast. They're not like you know, black-eyed peas or something like that that take longer. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything finished chopped up and get it in the pot and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, you can see some of my seasonings just kind of floating here on top before I mix them in. That was pepper, salt, rosemary, and bay leaves. I'm just going to kind of mix that all in. You can see how big my chunks are. I like it to be kind of hearty. You know, I don't want it just to be a puree. I'll puree part of it, and I'll show you how I do that later, but I do take a portion of it out, puree it smooth, and then put it back in. So part of it is pureed and smooth, and then the rest you'll have some of these kind of chunks in it so that it's not just like baby food. You know, I like it to have some texture and stuff. So it's all mixed in really well, and I'm going to go ahead and set my crock pot.